Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah.
Today we're going to be exploring something pretty profound.
Yeah.
Time in history,
Uh-huh.
but through a very specific lens.
Okay.
The Quran.
I like it.
We're going to uncover how this sacred text frames these huge concepts.
Yeah.
And hopefully learn a little something along the way.
It's fascinating how the Quran doesn't just lay out a timeline.
Yeah.
You know, it uses stories of past civilizations, prophets, and these pivotal moments to teach us deeper truths about humanity and faith.
Okay, so let's jump right in.
Sounds good.
One thing that always strikes me is just how often the Quran talks about past civilizations.
It does.
It's like this tapestry woven with the threads of these lost societies. So what's the significance of this?
I think the Quran really emphasizes reflecting on these past civilizations. It's not like dwelling on the past or anything, but extracting valuable lessons from their successes. And I think even more importantly, their failures.
Yeah.
We're encouraged to learn from their mistakes and understand these patterns of their rise and fall, and then apply those insights to our own lives.
It's like we're standing on the shoulders of these ancient civilizations trying to see further, avoid those pitfalls they encountered.
Yeah.
Is there a specific civilization that you find particularly impactful in this regard?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
The story of the people of Avlid always resonates with me.
Okay.
They were incredibly powerful and advanced, known for their architecture and their strength. The Quran describes them as building these towering structures and having dominion over the land.
It sounds like they had it all.
They really did.
So what led to their downfall?
Well, despite their material advancements, the people of Avlid, they became arrogant. And they defied the message of the Prophet Hud, peace be upon him, who was sent to guide them. Their pride and rejection of Allah's message ultimately led to their destruction, swept away by this devastating wind.
It's a chilling reminder that material progress doesn't guarantee a society's success or longevity. There's this deeper moral and spiritual dimension that can't be ignored.
Precisely. The Quran reminds us time and again that true prosperity comes from aligning ourselves with Allah's guidance, upholding justice and living righteous lives. Material wealth and power, they're fleeting. But the rewards of faith and righteous deeds, those are eternal.
Speaking of time, I'm always struck by how the Quran talks about its fleeting nature.
It does.
And the urgency of using it wisely. It's almost like this constant reminder that every second is precious.
Absolutely. Time is a gift from Allah, a precious resource entrusted to us. It's an opportunity to do good deeds, to seek knowledge, and to strengthen our connection with the divine. The Quran urges us to make the most of every moment because we will be held accountable for how we spend our time on this earth.
I'm thinking of the verse, by time, indeed, mankind is in loss.
Powerful verse.
It's a powerful statement that really makes you stop and think about your priorities.
It highlights the fleeting nature of time and how easy it is to get caught up in worldly pursuits, neglecting our spiritual growth and our ultimate purpose. The Quran emphasizes that we should constantly strive to live in a state of awareness, recognizing that our time in this world is limited and we should use it wisely.
So what does that mean for us practically?
I mean,
how can we apply this understanding of time in our daily lives?
It starts with recognizing the value of each moment. We should strive to prioritize activities that bring us closer to Allah. Whether it's through prayer or acts of kindness, pursuing beneficial knowledge, or simply reflecting on his signs in creation.
It's not about becoming obsessed with productivity.
No, not at all.
Or cramming our schedules.
No.
It's about being intentional and aligning our actions with our values.
Exactly.
Another fascinating concept in the Quran is the cyclical nature of history. It seems to suggest that civilizations go through this recurring pattern.
It's true.
Of rise, peak, decline, and ultimately consequence.
You're right. The Quran uses historical narratives to illustrate the cyclical pattern, showing how societies that stray from Allah's guidance and become consumed by corruption and injustice, they eventually face decline and even destruction.
It's almost like looking at a historical EKG.
I like that.
Where you see the heartbeat of civilizations rising and falling over time.
That's a great analogy.
The Quran reminds us that this pattern is not random.
No.
It's a consequence of choices made by individuals and societies. It's a powerful reminder for us to learn from the mistakes of those who came before us.
Right.
And to strive to create a more just and righteous society that can withstand the test of time.
Exactly.
Can you give an example from the Quran that illustrates this cyclical nature of history?
Sure.
A story that really brings this concept to life.
The story of Prophet Joseph, peace be upon him, and the rise and fall of Egypt is a compelling example.
Yeah.
The Quran describes how Egypt, during Prophet Joseph's time, rose to become a powerful and wealthy nation.
Wow.
Blessed with abundance.
Okay.
But over time, they strayed from righteousness. They experienced periods of hardship and famine and eventually saw a decline in their power and influence.
It's like a cautionary tale about the importance of staying true to your values.
I think so.
Even when times are good.
Yeah.
Material prosperity can be fleeting.
Yeah.
And true strength lies in holding fast to faith and righteous conduct.
Absolutely. The Quran teaches us that lasting success isn't just about building impressive structures or accumulating wealth.
Right.
It's about building a society founded on justice, compassion, and obedience to Allah. That's what brings true and lasting prosperity.
This leads us to another key concept I wanted to touch on.
Okay.
The Quran's emphasis on the shared origin of all humanity.
Yeah.
This idea feels particularly relevant in today's world.
It does.
Where divisions and conflicts often seem to dominate the headlines.
It's a beautiful and profound concept. The Quran tells us that we all descend from Adam and Eve.
Right.
Making us all part of one human family.
Right.
This shared ancestry transcends all worldly divisions.
Yeah.
Whether they be based on race, ethnicity, social status, or any other factor.
It's like a universal thread connecting every human being on the planet.
Exactly.
I remember reading the verse, "O mankind, we have created you from a male and a female and made you into nations and tribes that you may know one another."
Beautiful.
It's a powerful call for unity and understanding.
It challenges us to see beyond our differences and recognize the inherent dignity and worth of every human being. It reminds us that we are all interconnected and that our actions have an impact on one another.
So how can we practically apply this understanding of our shared origin?
Oh, that's a good question.
In a world that can often feel so divided,
yeah,
it's easy to talk about unity and brotherhood.
It is.
But putting it into practice can be a challenge.
You're right. It's not always easy. But I think it starts with cultivating empathy and compassion.
Okay.
We need to make a conscious effort to connect with people from different backgrounds, to listen to their stories and to try to see the world through their eyes.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing our shared humanity and treating each other with kindness and respect even when we disagree.
Exactly. It's about building bridges of understanding rather than walls of division.
This deep dive has been incredibly thought-provoking so far.
It has.
We've explored the Quran's unique perspective on time and history, delved into the rise and fall of civilizations, and considered the importance of personal accountability.
And we've only just scratched the surface.
It's true. There's always more to learn and discover.
Always.
But before we move on, I want to leave our listeners with a question to ponder.
Okay.
We've been talking about how the Quran uses historical narratives to teach us lessons about faith, humanity, and the consequences of our choices. What story or lesson from the Quran resonates most deeply with you? Think about it, and we'll share some of our own reflections in the next part of our deep dive.
It's amazing how these stories from the Quran can just resonate so deeply, even across centuries. Each one holds a mirror to our own lives and choices.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've been thinking a lot about what you said about the cyclical nature of history.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder, where do we stand today? Are we on the upward swing, or are there warning signs we should be paying attention to?
That's a question worth pondering, for sure.
Yeah.
The Quran doesn't offer a crystal ball, but it does give us principles, to assess our trajectory. It's not just about technological marvels or economic indicators.
So what does the Quran say about what makes a society truly successful?
Okay.
One that's not headed for a downfall.
It goes back to that balance we talked about earlier.
Okay.
Yes, progress is important, but it can't come at the cost of our moral and spiritual compass. The Quran emphasizes justice, compassion, honesty, and integrity as the cornerstones of a thriving civilization.
That makes me think of all the challenges we see in the world today.
Yeah.
Inequality, conflict, environmental degradation.
It's a lot.
Are these signs that we've tilted too far in the wrong direction?
It's certainly a cause for reflection. The Quran warns against societies that prioritize material wealth and power over ethical conduct and care for the vulnerable.
Right.
When we exploit others, neglect our responsibilities, and turn away from Allah's guidance, we sow the seeds of our own decline.
It's almost like we're building these incredible skyscrapers, but forgetting to lay a solid foundation beneath them.
It is.
The Quran seems to be saying that true progress requires a holistic approach.
Precisely. The Quran emphasizes that we are stewards of this earth, responsible for its care and the well-being of all its inhabitants.
Right.
It calls for balance, moderation, and a sense of accountability, not just for our individual actions, but for our collective impact on the world.
This brings up another key theme we touched on earlier.
Okay.
The Quran's emphasis on personal accountability and the day of judgment.
Yes, the Quran is very clear that our actions in this life have consequences.
Right.
Not just in the here and now, but also in the hereafter.
Right.
We will be held accountable for how we lived, the choices we made, and the impact we had on others and the world around us.
It's like a cosmic check and balance system.
That's a good way to put it.
Knowing that we're accountable to Allah should inspire us to make choices that are aligned with His guidance.
It should.
And to strive for a life that reflects His attributes of justice, mercy, and compassion.
Absolutely. The Quran constantly reminds us that our ultimate purpose is to worship Allah.
Okay.
And to live a life that is pleasing to Him.
Right.
This awareness should shape our priorities, guide our actions, and inspire us to contribute to the betterment of ourselves and society as a whole.
It's a powerful reminder that our lives have meaning and purpose. We're not just wandering aimlessly through history. We're part of a grand narrative.
That's right.
And our choices matter.
Exactly. The Quran invites us to participate in this narrative by striving to live righteous lives, contributing to the well-being of others, and leaving a positive legacy behind. It's a call to action, a challenge to make a difference in the world, and to shape a future that reflects Allah's will.
We've covered so much ground in this deep dive.
We have.
We've journeyed through time and history, examining the rise and fall of civilizations, contemplating the fleeting nature of time, and considering our role in shaping a better future.
It's been a fascinating exploration. The Quran offers a unique perspective on these timeless themes, providing insights that are as relevant today as they were centuries ago.
And you know me, I always love to end with a little something to ponder.
Okay.
We've talked about how the Quran uses historical narratives to teach us lessons.
It does.
About faith, humanity, and the consequences of our choices. So for our listeners out there, here's a challenge.
Okay, I like it.
Think about a story or lesson from the Quran that has personally impacted you. Maybe it's a story that gave you comfort, inspired you to action. Or simply deepened your understanding of faith. What's the gem you found in these narratives?
Good question.
Hold that thought, and we'll come back to it in the next and final part of our deep dive. Welcome back to our deep dive into time and history through the lens of the Quran. I hope you've had a chance to reflect on those stories that resonate deeply with you, the ones that hold a special kind of wisdom.
Yeah, it's amazing how those narratives can speak to us across time and circumstance. There's a reason they've endured for centuries.
I was thinking about the story of Prophet Noah, peace be upon him.
Oh, yeah.
It's one that's always stuck with me.
It's powerful.
His unwavering faith in the face of such overwhelming adversity is just awe-inspiring.
His story is a testament to the power of perseverance and trust in Allah's plan. Imagine preaching for centuries, facing constant rejection and ridicule, yet never losing hope.
Wow.
That's true conviction.
It's a powerful reminder that even when we feel alone, even when the path seems impossible, we should never despair of Allah's mercy and guidance.
Never give up hope.
It also teaches us about patience.
It does.
Prophet Noah's story wasn't about instant gratification.
Right.
It was about remaining steadfast in his mission. Trusting that Allah's wisdom would prevail no matter how long it took.
No matter how long.
It makes you think about those times in our own lives when we face challenges or setbacks.
Right.
It's easy to get discouraged, but Prophet Noah's story reminds us to keep the bigger picture in mind.
It does.
And to trust that Allah has a plan, even when we can't see it.
Exactly. Sometimes the greatest tests of faith are those that require unwavering patience and trust in Allah's timing.
This deep dive has been such a journey.
It really has.
We've explored the rise and fall of civilizations, the preciousness of time, the importance of personal accountability, and the power of the Quran's stories to guide and inspire us.
It's a testament to the Quran's timeless wisdom. These concepts resonate just as powerfully today as they did centuries ago.
Before we wrap up, I want to go back to that question we posed earlier.
Okay.
What story or lesson from the Quran has personally impacted you?
Oh, that's a good one.
What's that gem you found
that
speaks to your heart?
For me, it's the story of Prophet Yusuf, peace be upon him. The way he navigated trials and tribulations with wisdom, forgiveness, and ultimately a profound trust in Allah's plan is incredibly inspiring.
It's a beautiful story.
It reminds me that even in the darkest of times, there's always hope, and that Allah can bring good out of even the most difficult situations.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that our struggles can be sources of growth.
I think so.
And that Allah's wisdom is always at work, even when we don't understand it.
It's hard to see sometimes, but it's there.
Well, this has been an incredible deep dive.
It has been.
I hope it's inspired you to reflect on your own journey through time and history.
Me too.
And to seek guidance and wisdom from the Quran.
The Quran has all the answers.
Thank you for joining us, and may Allah bless you all.